So if I do that, no. How's this work then? Change the stream's orientation. Oh. How'd you do that? No. No. How do you change the stream's orientation? I have no idea. I don't know how you change this, but there you go. Anyway, what are we up to? Well, this is not working very well, is it? God, bloody hell. So, what are we doing? Because I've got this anti-bloody stupid screen on, I'm going to have to turn the thing around the other way. And then, let's do it like this. There we are. Oh, no. Put the phone in back to front, best way of doing it. Even though I can't see bugger all now. How bloody stupid. This is just an absolute pigging nightmare. Right, anyway. Whenever I hold it, has everyone's guts stopped going up and down now? There we go. That's what I'm doing at the minute. Mr. T's tornado. So I've got these accessories, as they are. So this is off of Mark Broadwith, who's on the Tornado SIG, and he's 3D printed these beautiful 148 AMRAMs to go on Mr. T's. Let's get all this shit out of here. 148 Tornado, which is coming along nicely. I've got most of this done now. It's pretty much. Tank's just got to be decorated. What else did I find? Oh yeah, that was it. I found a set of wheels. These brassing things. So yeah, I think I'll just use them. They look a bit better than the kit wheels anyway. Hello, Jumbo. Happy New Year to you too, pal. I haven't been on it for a while. I don't know why. I suppose it's just life, family, kids, everything gets in the way, doesn't it? And yeah, I keep thinking someone's knocking at my door, but I don't think it is. It's just my daughter calling the cat. But yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out as to what to do for the next video. I mean, I do a couple of things on the side, but this is the Revel Tornado I'm doing for Tony, who's also got a Harrier that I've already done and finished. This thing is just taking the days. It just so happens that it took a little while to get the kit. Tony bought the kit, sent it down to me, and then life started taking a bit of a ball curve to do with work, to do with home mostly, because my eldest daughter's got a stoma and she has to go in for a lot of checks and operations and stuff like that. Well, I say operations, she hasn't had a operation in a while, but now she's, Master Roblox. Hello, mate. Master Roblox. That better not be you, Rupert. Enid.
Yeah?
Rupert hasn't got an account called Master Roblox, has he?
I don't think.
No, it's all right. It's not him then. I see Master Roblox going, ooh, and then he said hi and he waved. I'll give him a wave back. But my son's into Roblox and I didn't know whether it was him, but it's obviously not him because me My daughter's just said no. So, yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so, of course, the oldest, she sort of, she's got to go in for this major operation, which is going to knock the bells out of her. But Tony's got enough on his plate with two members of his family having a spot of health bother. So I've tried my best to try and get this done for last year. It didn't quite make it, so we're going to definitely aim to get it done before Easter. Definitely. And I mean, it's not far off the finish. All we've got to do is stick the wheels on, the wheel doors, the rear wheel doors, put the rest of the stencil work on it. There's a couple of lights, I think, on the tail there. There's some lights on the tail and a centre light on there. I think there's also a GPS that sits just here as well, which I've got to chuck on. But I was just tinkering with these new missiles that Mark sent us. I have got them in 32, and as you can see, or no, you might not be able to see, there's the 32 one there that will very soon be back on the bench. There's the FX Hellcat there. Anybody ever seen my first video? And I did a insy wincy bit of weathering on it. That's her there. She still lives. She's not finished, but she still lives. And then obviously the A400M Revel kit, which on this particular aircraft, I've decided to update it the best I can to the RAF spec. Pretty much doesn't need a great deal doing to it, but what it does need doing to it is well. Now, I did put a post out on the internet because what it is I don't know what's happened to them, but I've waylaid the decals for this, but I found another set of decals that I had for my kit, but the cockpit transfers were cut off, and all it is the cockpit's pretty bland, and all I want is if somebody has had one of these kits, put a Quinta Studio set in it, and discarded the decals to that kit. In which case, if you've still got the decals, could I possibly buy them from you? Because I can't get in that cockpit now to put a Quinta set in it, and I definitely don't really want to be chopping it about because this piece here is aftermarket, and what's the matter with this now? And as you can see, or not see, wait, I wonder if I can. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Oh, I can. There, look at that. Why isn't it focusing? There it is. And so as you can see, the cockpit's all there. It's very nice and plush, but there's no detail there. And so I've used the decals on my other Tornado kit. So if anybody knows anybody that does have one of these and is going to put a Quinta set in it and could spare the decal sheet, give us a shout, because I think it was all taken, I don't know, sometimes can't explain yourself on the internet. You sort of put down it in sort of simplistic terms as to what it is you're looking for, but people sometimes get it wrong. Now, the other interesting thing, maybe that glider over there, which is, well, it's like a 5-minute kit if you ask me, but now, I did have 13 watches. I'm now down to 9. So the ones that have just buggered off are going to miss this. But I bet we know what that's to. Any guesses? It's not very... Why is this not... That is a nose cone. And it's to this. Oh, yeah, baby. The 148 scale Great Wall Hobby F-15E Strike Eagle. And it's just straight the underside. So I've been quietly mulling away at this thing over Christmas because I was just getting bored. None of it's really stuck together. The jet cans, again, are not stuck in. Finally got the grounding. I've just got to put all the nose together. And the cockpit's done in there, but I've got to put the decals on the dashboard and stuff just to finish it off. So that's another kit I've been doing that's in 48 scale, and it was just to work me over the Christmas period. Oh, and by the way, and before I go any further, I hope you've all had a great Christmas and New Year and everyone's safe and sound. And you're all healthy and that. Yeah, so that's really literally what I've been up to. I don't know whether Steve-O's watching, but there's your picture, mate. Pride of place on the wall there. All these cans here are all bits of model that I've got waiting in the wings. The other question is this box here has got a E3 Sentry engine in it. So there's 4 in there, but one of the engines is buggered. And I don't know, there used to be a guy called, was it Decals in Action or something? And he did a set of engines for the 135 and the E3 D Sentry. Can't find them for love nor money, don't know where they are. There was a bloke in Scotland selling a set of conversion set to do with the RC135, which the same guy did. And he ended up selling it, and there was no point in me buying a conversion set because it's not what I want. So again, if anybody hears of anything where there's some 3D CAD or files and I can print off a decent set of 172 3D engines for my E3 Sentry, I'll be much appreciated again. Asking 2 favours so far, not a great deal, but 2 favours. But yeah, and then that'll help that get finished as well. Then, so let's have a look. What other kits have I got? Let's go for a little walkabout. So that's my little stash pile at the moment there. So the Poseidon and the Peace Eye are both in the top box, as you can see, the Toyota one. Little Bird, I haven't started. Lost a piece of the dashboard and ended up getting a Quinter set for it. The Harrier. Again, I've got the resin 3D printed cockpit. Frank Rosetta, that's a deaf dealer. This chap on a horse. I've already made one, never finished it, don't know where it is, so I bought another one cheap. And decided to use a different idea on how to do the horse's hair on his mane tail and head. The UH-1Y Venom, that is a nice kit. Then 24th Messerschmitt, another nice kit. It was the engine that done it for me. And while we're on the subject of models and stuff, this was that set of decals. So as you can see, I could use all of them for Tony's aircraft, but the piece that's missing at the bottom is the bit where all the, where my little finger is the bit where all the transfers were for the cockpit. So if any of you have got that decal sheet and can spare the decals for the cockpit, because it's going to be easier to put them on than it is to try and rifle in a bloody Quinter set. And then here I've got my 116 Dashworks Leopard tank and 2 P51Ds. This being the Meng P51. I'm actually trialling out a varnish on this. That's all coming very soon. And this one, it was a club build, and this will make you laugh. I can build fast, extremely fast. That went together real fast, but then all of a sudden, I don't know, I died a sorry death and I slowed down, and I don't really know what happened after that. And then here, I've got the Tornado GR1, that's the Talieri kit in the Desert Storm. And to go with the Messerschmitt, I've got the Stuka. So, yeah. And that's it. That's me. Oh, and these two down here. Shackleton and a Spitfire Mark 8, but the Mark 8's not going to be a Mark 8. It's going to be a Mark 14. It just depends on when. I can't remember his bloody name now. The guy that does the conversion set. As soon as he gets the conversion set up and running again, then yeah, there's the F-15 down there. Here's the Tornado here, the 32 jobby. So she's coming. She's already masked up for the silvers to go on, and just behind her, there you go. There's the A400M, which is looking quite smart. Like I say, just got to finish it off. So yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been up to and what I'm up to. Like I say, for once, production is slow. But I don't know, maybe when I get into the swing of things. Oh, and yeah, hang on a minute, I just thought of something else. So, that bloke playing the trumpet or clarinet or wherever it is. Hang on, let me just come in here, because I've got something else. That there. This. So, my son's birthday, excuse the lazy layabouts. So my son got this for his birthday yesterday, which he's had one go of, and my word, he really enjoyed it. So it kind of, he said to me, oh, where can we go? And I thought, where can we go? Father and son thing. So I had to go out and buy that. So it's a complete thing. So I get the handset and the car. It's all in there. Yeah, it's quite something. But to me, it's a radio controlled model, and like I've done with other, because I'm more into flying planes than driving cars about. And I thought to myself, well, I can't help but look at it like it's a big kit. And I must admit, I did a Mark 9 Spitfire. It was an FMS foamy. I think it was a 1200mm wingspan. Anyway, when I bought it, it was the wrong colour, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I've got to redo this. Took the whole thing to bits, resprayed it all the correct colours, put it back together, drew all the panel lines on there with a pen. I went, oh, I don't have to do that with that thing. And lo and behold, I took it down the flying club, and one bloke shouted at me and said, "Don't fly that." Why not? No, don't fly that. Oh no, I sort of said to him, why? And he said, my God, he goes, look at it, look, the paint job you done on that, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I never flew it. I still haven't flown it. It's now in my bloody father's shed, gathering dust. So, yeah, but this thing's not going to go with dust. But there's a small amount of sticking bits on, like wheel arches and stuff. But, yeah, I just thought to myself, well, you know, if we've got to, you know, go somewhere, then, well, then at least we've both got a car to drive, and we can both, you know, smash. Jesus, what's that happening? Balloons being burst. So yeah, and there you go. There's my nosy, one of the ginger cats called Fox, and this one is called Honey, and there's normally one or two here. Let's have a look. Where are they? Because one of them just come out here. Nope, he's gone out the door. So that means he's probably out in the backyard, which looks like a tip at the moment. There's one in the corner over there. A cat there. No, not going to take any notice. Bugger him. Oh, there's me. Oh dear. Coming back to normal. Oh, here's another one here. That's well. Oh. He's my cat, he's Merlin. So hello Merlin, you got introduced on here ages ago as a little kitten. Look at the size of you now. Mind you, you're not as big as Big Bear Buster, are you? Who I think that is out in the garden. Hey, mate. Hey.
Buster was running out because I popped a balloon.
Oh, well, that's what it was it? Yeah. Well, there we go. Anyway, let's go back to the world. Right, yes. So, I don't know what anyone else got for Christmas, so I got one of these. It's upside down. So we've got a reciprocating sander. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen it, but here it is here. Now, it looks a bit ominous. I actually thought it was a bloody woman's plaything, but it's obviously not, so, you know. God, I can't get the lid off. There we go. So there you go. No, I don't think, yeah. Anyway, leave that to the imagination. So anyway, you turn it on, and then I think you go twice, 3 times, and once to stop. No, it's still going the same speed. So how do you turn it up? It's got three gears. So oh, that's gone up a bit. Yeah, I think I did go up. There's a light that comes on, isn't there? And do you know what? Nope. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Oh Christ, now all the lights are coming on. Oh, there you go. Well, it did go up one, 2 or 3, but anyway, I had a test of it, and you know what? It's actually pretty damn good. It's excellent for getting into nooks and crannies. Trying to think where I went in on this thing with it. This is a pretty good kit, that. So you don't really. Oh yeah, no, I did them, didn't I? So say the Gallieri chrome coloured pens, and then right there, that tip there. Let me pinch it and pull it up. A bit apt, isn't it? That was an F-15 projectile I found down on the wash when just after they'd been out there. So that goes in the shell, the brass casing, and it gets fired out. And it went down on the sands. I never found it, but the bloke that found it assured me that that's exactly what it was and gave it to me. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Very kind of you. Non-explosive, just a bit of a bloody paperweight or whatever you want to call it, but yeah. So yeah, so I've got the F-15 there. I don't know what else I've... Those are your supervision, yeah. Tell me about it. But, yeah, no. I kind of... To do these lives, I kind of tend to just do them off the cuff. Now, let me just put this here, because, my God, the phone. Let's turn you around. Look, it's bloody hell, there's a state of him. At least I've had haircuts, so I don't look like a thundercloud rolling around. But, yeah. You have to forget the state of the t-shirt. I stand out there with the seagulls. There, it's only working shirt. I don't go out dressed like this. There we go. Hello all. So, hang on a minute. Let's just have a sip of this. My God, I'll turn the heating off in this house, but this house is so warm. God, blimey. So, there's wheel doors and speed brakes for the Tornado of Tony's. No doubt when Tony sees this. Hello, Tony. Hope you had a good Christmas. Happy New Year to you, mate. He'll suddenly realise, do you know what? That boy's been at it because, mate, guess what? I've even put you the big Hindenburg tanks on like you asked for. I know they say they have the others. Got told by a pilot that these tanks, although they look pretty mean on the aircraft because they're really big and bulky, they used to vibrate, and then they were pretty bad when they were empty. They were not too bad when they were full, but as they started getting emptier and emptier. Happy New Year, 841 4869er. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Hope you had a good one and a safe Christmas and got plenty of toys and stuff like this. Anyway, yeah. So when they used to get empty, they used to literally like this. So they're only ever really used in long transition journeys. But just to prove it there's the second one. So he's got two of them. Two of them going on his F3, which would look pretty good, I must admit. It's Mark. And he got nothing modelling related. Mate, I'll tell you. How you doing, bud? Haven't spoken to you in a long while either, have I? Crikey. But yeah, hope you're doing well, mate. You're doing well. And so, oh yeah, the F-15, that was the other one, wasn't it? And so with this one, now, F-15 experts, I kind of don't know. That's Dave. You got some models in me stocking. Did ya? That'd be interesting to know what you got in your stocking, models-wise. I mean, was she wearing the stocking? Pause for thought. Or was it the models were in the stocking? Happy New Year to you, Dave. How you doing? So these are those new helmet missiles, fireworks as I call them. So I think they're the AIM 12X or something. So it's where the F-15 Eagle pilots have got these helmets with the large visor and the thing anyway, all the head-up display is all in the visor, and they can actually track with the helmet rather than looking at the aircraft and getting the aircraft to do all the tracking. They can actually do, and this rocket will fire and then bang, blow up the target. Now, I'm pretty sure that I did see an F-15E carrying two of these along with two AIM-9s and the two AMRAMs, or whatever they were, the AIM-120Bs. But the kit only gives you an AMRAM and a Sidewinder. You don't get any other rockets. Bomb-wise, it just gives you the ground attack weapons, which look like a load of tiny fireworks on blocks. Oh, I haven't even got them out of the pockets. Bags, rather. Going bloody mad in the old age. So, we've got all of those rockets, and I think they're the pylons that they sit on, but they're all the rockets. So you get them, but I've never seen an F-15 carrying them. I can only go by what I've seen at Lakenheath. I haven't been there in a long while. I was due to go there just before the arse end of last year, but situation prevailed and we didn't go. But my other mate was gutted, and I said, don't worry about it. Plenty of other time before them buggers are sent home. Yeah, and then the other thing was so you get all of those rockets there, and then you get these here, which he says, which is an AIM-9M Sidewinder. So it's that. So there's no decals on that at the moment, but yeah. Me here with a V2 Strabo crane. Nice. I'll take it the meteor. Was that the Revel 32 one? So there you go. There's one missile that comes with that GWH F-15E. So I was talking to Dave there. I can see his message come up there. Yeah, the meteor one. We've got 2 in our shop. Haven't had a look in it, but I've seen it when I went to Telford. And and yeah, I did Lakenheath to see the F-15s. Yeah, that's right, Graham. Yeah, Lakenheath. It's been a long time since I've been up there, I must admit. And then the other one you get is this AIM 120. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to strip that back and repaint that because it had a bit of a reaction. There was like, I don't know, some mottling going on in the grey paint. Yeah, just paint it again. I think probably the best thing to do with that one. Whoop, there we go. Right, that's that one. That's that box. So yeah, so Lakenheath. I haven't been to Lakenheath in over. Well, we went to Centre Parks. I think it was Norfolk, somewhere around there, and you could hear them. So they were up the road. But when we went to the airfield, no good. They're all landed, didn't go anywhere. So we didn't get to see him. My boy was, I think he was 3 at the time. He's 10 now. He was 10 yesterday. Where does it all go? It's dashing along far too quick. A9L Fed fins are steel colour. Did wonder about that because this one here I painted in gunmetal. Well, actually use the AKA pens, and they don't look too bad. Just possibly slightly a bit bright, but they don't look too bad. The one in the F-15 packet I did in satin black, which the black looks a bit stark to be quite honest. And like you say, Mark, they are a steel colour. They're not black at all. So I'll probably strip that one and recorrect it. Yes, it's Hawkins' book, isn't it, Dave? That's in that meteor. Yeah, because you got the book, you got a poster. I don't know about that poster. It was kind of like a very 1950s poster of the jet. Yeah. But either way, it still looks a good model. I don't know whether they are going to do any aftermarket on it. I have no idea. Presume they probably will. They'll do something. Oh no, hang on, wait. There's someone doing the photographic nose for the front. I can't remember his name now. Alistair is his name, but that's not the company's name. Can't think of the company's name because I met him at Telford. Yeah. Just to go to show you something. So there's a 48 scale, right? Vanenden tank. And here is a 32 scale one. I can't even get him in the picture. They're not exactly bloody small, are they? Look, bloody things. So I've got to fit these two to that one up there. When they're painted, they're not painted, they're only in primer at the moment. So we've got the jet cans on this thing. These come out, quick twist, and they're out. So I've painted all the metalwork, just covered it up. I thought I'd do the grey. The sniper pod comes off. Like I say, it's just a matter of what weapons I can bung on this. So I was thinking I'll use the AIM 9, I'll use the 120 AMRAM. Oh God, that's because of the heat of the house, make me yawn. bombs, you don't, well, I don't know. It's said to load it up with all these. But like I say, I don't know what they are. It says they're GBU 39s, but I've never heard of them and I've never seen them. And you think to yourself, are they like little... Let's have a look. Let's open up this packet. Never know what they are. I don't know. They look like they've got a set of wings there because that attaches to this, which is the main body. And oh yeah, and then these must be the wings here. And then you got your jet motor at the bottom. So Mark, probably Evelyn Forest. Yes. Tell you what, amazing place. And the jet sound just echoes all round the joint, all round it when they're going up. And I think that was the place where I had, we went, took the kids to the owl, like an owl display. And they got out this little owl, which is apparently becoming quite rare in seeing now. We used to see a lot of them out here where I live. But they just seem to have vanished. Anyway, this particular bird decided to land on one's bonce, and yeah, my God, the nails. Yeah, they stuck in. They did hurt. But he was sat there with his claws standing on top of my head, light as a feather, but just you could feel these sharp talons just as he was gripping in the hair to my skin to keep himself steady. And the Avery person tried to call him back. You know, no way. She had to come from where she was all the way over to where I was and give him a nudge to get him off. And he went and sat on someone else's head for 2 minutes. Hello. What we got here? Wolf, son. F-22? No, I ain't got one of them up yet. F-15 Strike Eagle. The ADHD is not helping me, so I'm sorry. Nah, don't worry about it. ADHD, I've got that too. It becomes a bit too... we're lucky at the moment because I haven't got my second youngest daughter. She's completely up there with the best of them. Yeah, she comes home from school and it's like someone's been shaking a bottle of Coke all day. She gets here, you undo the cap. Yeah, that's her and her tantrums or whatever they call it. She's everywhere, but yeah, no. Get your extra slides down, cheeky bastard. NI extra slides. That's just my missus. She likes. We've got them in here as well. They're up here. There, you can see them. Look behind us. Here, these lights here on the roof. So these ones in the hallway. If I was to turn them on, they all flash. But the ones in that room, because we use it as a kind of a chill out room end of the day, she just wanted soft lighting. We did have a big, like old fashioned antique light in there. That's now gone in the living room because it's too bright for in there. Did say about putting a bulb, but it's one of those old lights where the shade is too small, so massive bulbs we get because they're energy saving. The bulbs are too big for it, but everything Christmassy has gone. Everything. It went literally last weekend, I think. Literally as the weekend ended, that was it. The Christmas tree sat out in the front garden. We decided to get a real one, and it wasn't a spruce, it was the other one, and all the bloody needles dropped off it. The minute it got in this house, it just felt the heat and died. And it was looking like more like a scarecrow tree than a proper Christmas tree at the end of it. So yeah, they've all gone. Pig scent of a missile fin. Yeah, right, Emma. I'll have a look at that in a bit. Han, happy New Year to you, mate. They're winter season lights, not Christmas lights. Good answer. I'll tell you what, the lights I wanted for in there, they were called berry lights, and they were from Amazon. And what they are is they are a mixture of that colour, an orange and a red. So they're like little tiny berries. Well, they are berry lights, but they're all the same bloody colour. And I've thought about dipping the glass into, you know, said and changing the colours and whatever. Too much like hard work. There's about 1,000 of them. I ain't dipping 1,000. I ain't dipping, 500 lights and then another however many in different colours. So I thought, well, I'll leave it, wait till this year, and then I'll change because there's too many in there. So where you see it, so it goes across up here, around all 4 walls. But when it gets to that wall over there, where you can see like like where the wallpaper feature wall is. So I mean, look at the state of them. Look, that's me. That's my autistic ADHD PTSD designing, where I don't know what happened, but yeah, they're better off if they're just either hanging down the wall on that wall, but better still just have the ones that just go around the ceiling in the corners, which is what we should have done in the first place, really. But it just looked I don't know, it was a rush job. I don't know. I didn't know how many I needed, and ended up buying a 1,000 lights. And oh my word, yeah, 1,000 lights. My God, it was a bit of a anyway. So we're on to the Cockpit section of this F-15E, and yeah, it's got some nice detail on it. I mean, it's there you go, there you can see that. Bloody thing. Anyway. And then I did so the dash. And then we got the rear dash. So these are all got to have decals on yet. And then there's the cockpit itself. There you go. With the chairs in. Bloody chairs. And that's the other side wall piece there. Painted the 2 halves, but it doesn't really matter because when you join them together to make the nose section, there's only that joint there and that joint there ready to take care of. That one's so tiny. Just a quick dusting over and then just a quick respray and they're done. They're sorted. So they give you some metal work to go on these here, these vents. But when I looked in the Duke Hawkins book, there's no point, because if you put the metal etch on them, you then make them a raised panel. But when you look on the real aircraft, they're completely flush like they are with the kit. So they've already been done for you, but it just, I don't know, they added, I think personally it's a bit of a waste of time doing it. But my God, it's an absolutely beautiful kit. It really is. It goes together like a dream. I think it's the second one I've had, but the first one I've got, I started building, but I only got that far with it. I had to wrap it up and move house. I've always bloody moved. Thank God I ain't got to move house anymore. This is our house now. Thank God for that. Christ, there's nothing worse than moving house. Burning bums. There you go. Burning arse. 2 fuel tanks to put on it. Tail fins, like I say, the rockets, weren't too sure on these particular ones, the 12Xs or whatever they are. It's got an AIM 9, it's got a 120 AMRAAM. And the other thing I don't think you can see on it, I don't know why the glass has gone misty, but where you got the glass on there, it's got a slight tinge to it. I'd have to clean that glass off and do it again because I'm not happy with that. But basically, I I got a set of pens, and I used a purple and orange and green pen, and gave it its look that they have. Like you get on a real thing. Now the other thing I did have is with this kit you get 2 nose cones as well. So this one's got actually the static discharger lightning strips on it, and the other one hasn't. And I saw a photo the other day of one on the internet. It was a Lakenheath bird, and it actually had the lightning strips on. And I thought, well, I'll spray both noses up. But it was a case of, what do I do? Do I put that nose on with the thing, or do I'm not being rude, so I put all my fingers up, or do I put this nose on, this one, which is all smooth, and you can see the lightning strips in the top one. And I thought, I don't know, but I've painted both. But you know, I suppose I could always just, you know, wait and see if anything arises. This, pretty sure this is what else I've been up to as well. Yep, it is. Okay, so no one's really seen it. I don't know who's this. I think I took it up in my model club, but that was about it. So because I was sort of waiting for the chap, Matthew, to do the conversion set to the Spitfire, like I say, I've got the Mark 8 Airfix Spit. I thought to myself, what will I do in the meantime? Bored out of my head. What shall I do? So I thought, I don't know, I'll make the Merlin engine. Christ, what's this here? Oh, it's a bloody floor, epoxy bits. So I did. So I made the Merlin engine. And there it is. It's not finished. It's got a few bits and bobs on it. So, done that. Done the firewall as well. Also done the spinner cone and the blade hub, and then that just slots on there like that. I've had to, as I've done it, I'm throwing it all over the floor now. HTVs, propeller blades, they're not really done. That's about as far as I've got. I did the engine, so like the strapping. So this is the bit that goes on, then the engine panel goes on over the top of that. These were a bit icky because of the holes in the bottom. So I thought, oh, really? Do I want to do what I did with my my first ever Mark 9? Hey, Buster, let him go. Oh, cat's beating cats up. So what I did was I didn't bother. I thought, no. So I went and got them. So I got those. So that'll be a really straightforward, easy fix for the exhaust. But you're not using that engine, are you? No. Because it's a Griffin. But I've got another Mark 9 in the loft. In my cupboard upstairs. So, yeah. Right, what's happened here? What's that? Oh, do you know what? Excuse me. Oops. You get one side out. And then, oh, you bollockake. Hang on, how the bloody... Oh, do you know what? I'll give up. Right, anyway, there they are. 3D printed, I think they are. Exhausts for that engine. There's a couple of bits on the floor, but I won't go down and get again. What is this, Uncle? don't know, which bit? You got the Spitfire engine, Mark 8, Tornado F3, F15E. Mary, hello love, hope you had a great New Year and a happy Christmas and all that. Hang on a minute, I've just got to get these bits on the floor. I know what'll happen. It's a bit of pipe and another side to the, what's the name? I think that's all that went on the floor. Yep. And then my spinner cone, I'll put that away in a minute. Yeah, hope you had a good one. What is use of it? Trump is stupid. Well, we won't go there. It's not a politician's panel, it's modelling. So the Tango Man across the pond, I think everybody knows what he's like now, you know, and yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. It's just the ones that are famous are now being known. So, but anyway, so that's my engine I've been tinkering with, and you know what? Oh, for some unknown bloody reason, can't get it back in the box. Why? Oh, yeah, I can. There you go. Will I be able to fit that in there? I wonder if I could get that. Oh, it's still not. How the hell? I don't. I mean, I don't want to break the damn thing. I'm sure I've had it open. Unless I haven't had it. Oh, there we go. So. So I've got a sticky pad in the bottom of the thing. So there they are. They're actually really nice. They're like I say, 3D printed exhausts and no holes, apart from the end one. But they got all the weld seams and everything. So yeah, pretty good. Anyway, while I'm here, I might as well mention it, ain't I? So in February, which I've got no calendar up here now, I, along with now I'll say as a good friend, Steve, who's one of my subscribers on here, we will be attending the model show in Ipswich in February. I think it's the 21st. So there'll be me and him and probably me lad on the stand, and then I'm pretty sure my model club, because we've now all joined the IPMS, and I'm now pretty sure that my model club will be attending as well, in which case that will be what do you call it? That will be run by my club secretary, so he'll be on that, hopefully with a few of our members, and they'll be there as well. So at some point when I do a live feed up there, I'll have a walk across and show you them as well, and all what's going on. So that's in February. I think it's February the 21st. It's a Saturday. It's in Ipswich. It's the East Anglian Model Show run by the IPMS. I did it last year. Last year was a test. Went pretty well, actually. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a good show. It was very, very warm because it was in midst of summer, and my God, everybody was dying in there. Which I think is better if they have it in February, because it's a sports centre and it's very, very well insulated, but not very well ventilated. So at least in winter, the only thing you've got to worry about, I suppose, if there is anything to worry about, will be all this snow they keep threatening us with. Although we have had a bit here in, Lingfield, where I live. We haven't had much, but there's been a bit here. They did forecast more. It is bloody freezing out there. It's below 3 degrees, but it's been raining all day pretty much. And I noticed when I came from Edenbridge with my daughter that there was sleet falling. So you never say never when it comes to snow. So yeah, but I don't know. Interesting times at the moment. The way that the whole place is swinging about all over the place, and you know, when you start having, you know, wars and stuff, the chemical imbalance of Earth apparently, you know, upsets it all, and well, I don't know. It's always, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the planet. For years, when I was a fueler at the airports, I used to be a chap, a pilot. Used to work for EasyJet. He was a captain, and we used to chat quite a bit every time I saw him. And we used to say about the Earth. So when you're taught to navigate at night, he was always told about the pole star, which was the North Star, I think. It was the brightest star in the sky. But because everything's moved, it's not. It's still there. It's in its place, but it's not as. Was it not as north as it was, or it's not on the north? I don't know. I forget how they work it out now. But basically, you used to have the pole star, which was, like I say, north. So you used to have north, true north, and magnetic north. I think that was the three. And then there's a fourth one now. But I said to him, I goes, maybe where we were, the Earth has tipped on its axis, yeah, because we're now, our summers seem to be stretching into September, October, sometimes November. And I can remember as a kid, by the time we got to the end of September, it was absolutely freezing. And there was ice and stuff and freezing fog. And I even remember working at Heathrow once. I was telling my daughter about this, that the freezing fog was weird because we had to wear protective gear anyway because it's fuel. And we had these like these goggles on that used to seal around your face to stop splashes of fuel getting in your eyes when you were using the Visijar and testing it. And the ice used to come along. You used to see it on the truck windscreen. And you're thinking, and then you could see it creeping round the edge of your lenses. And it was really eerie, you know. It was quite something to have happen. But you don't get it anymore. I don't get anything like that now. The winter seems to have moved on, and it seems to start in sort of late December, January, finish about March, April. So I thought, I wonder whether the Earth has turned on its axis. I mean, this is a modelling channel, not a, you know, space and thing. But it's, you know, just sort of changing the subject a bit and having to think about things. And I don't know. I am no master at any of that. So, but it was just a thought. And me and him used to sit there discussing it every time we met. And, you know, and sometimes he'd say, you know, God, yeah, I think you're right there. It could be okay. And then there's something he would say, or usually quite a bit he would say, I would say to him that, yeah, I think you got a point there, yeah. But that was a long time ago now. Yeah, I don't get to see much. I don't really get out of here much, which I should do, because, like my missus says, if you don't go out with autism, it starts to get worse. I actually got told by my doctor. Now, here's one for you. I went to my doctor's a little while ago because I'm getting overweight. I'm getting actually quite large, and it's because I don't go out. I don't, I run the kids to school, and that's about it. That's about as out as I go. Apart from when I work down in New Haven in the model shop, which is only 1 day a week. So I get out then, but it's still not enough, for jogging in there, keeping this all sane. People have said, like, Clive, you need to get out, son. It's this stupid staying indoors. So anyway, I went to the doctors to see about things because obviously, with weight comes other problems. And it's probably hence the reason why my breathing's got heavier as well, because obviously, carrying around a few bags of fucking broken bricks on your shoulders, sort of thing. So anyway, gets down to the doctors, and I said to him about me autism, and all of a sudden, that was it. He turned around to me, he got quite angry, and he said, autism isn't a disability, so don't look at it like that. I've got 3 autistic children. They're not disabled. So I said, oh, right. Right, okay. So anyway, I came back home, told the missus, and the missus turned around and said, what did he say here? So I said to her again. Anyway, she looked it up, as she does on these websites on Google, all to do with that, and there it was in bold brass. Autism is a disability, and it's all to do with the makeup of what's in here. So I don't know, is there a normal person? I don't know, but we're all wired different anyway, and just autistic people are slightly wired different from others. So they might be, really clever at something, but they're clever at doing whatever it is they're doing. And I thought, right, well, I said, why? And she said, he shouldn't have said that to you. Shouldn't have said that to you. She said, he's wrong. And I said, well, he's a bloody professional. But there you go. So that's my own doctor telling me that I'm not disabled and autism isn't a disability. Where's the world coming to? Anyway, what's going on here? Brian. I can remember the days before double glazing, getting up in the morning, there would be ice on the inside of the glass. Blimey, it was who turned around and said that to me the other day. And I said, yeah. I said, I remember being at my grand's house in Southall, and she was saying to me, Granddad, hurry up and light the fire. Bloody glass is freezing up, and she was boiling pots and pans in the kitchen to try and defrost the place. Yeah, Dutch Dave, time for a gym, do some Hydrox. Yeah, I'll tell you what, now gym, there isn't one round here. The neighbour did go to a gym, but trouble is they do cost, they take the mickey out of how much they cost for them. So I thought to myself, do you know what? You've got the best gym in the world out there. Because I live in the countryside, over there is, there's loads of walks. And I keep thinking to myself, right, I put me walking boots on, get me daughter, and we'll go for a wander. Got to do something. Definitely got to do something, because it's just, I mean, if I was to shave all this off, right, and put a 1.5 foot long beak and turn sideways, I look like a bloody pelican with a fucking bucket hanging underneath my chin. Oh dear, I can't remember what they call it, but I call it a pelican spill. Anyway, that's what I think I look like. But I'll take it all in my stride. I'll take everything in my stride. But yeah, no, because the dog did turn around and say that, you're at an age where, it said, is it heart attack or cardiac arrest? I don't know what you call it now, but he said you could, that could happen. And I thought, yeah. But autistic people don't see that kind of thing. They don't see that side of it. I don't know, just don't see fear or danger. It's a strange old thing. No emotions, as my missus calls it. Yeah, no emotion. Yeah, ice flowers on the window. Those were the days. Yeah, they were pretty though. I must admit, when you saw them, they were really pretty. Yeah, not cheap. The gym, maybe a boot camp group outdoors. Did it for years, all seasons round. I was never sick those years. No, do you know what? Yeah, it's funny that, because somebody was saying the other day that there's, we call them ramblers over here. I think that's their term. They're like a herd of walkers. And what they do is they go round and they walk all the footpaths, because if you don't walk the footpath can close and they shut it down. So what they do is they go around all. And I thought to myself, oh, maybe I could, me and me daughter, because I homeschool her, thought maybe me and her could do that. But the trouble is, those Ramblers, they go out all bloody day. I'm thinking, I have not got a clue on the mileage you cover, but she's got to do so much schooling, and then, you know, there's so much time left to do whatever, and then go and get the brother and sisters from school. Now the boy wants to go out, so hence the reason why I bought that radio control car. So I thought, yeah, but you're still standing, you're not moving around, but it gets us out. So the mental thing I can kind of, you know, take care of quite easily, because meeting people like all you lot and that at shows, it's, you know, it's good. I mean, some people don't quite know how to take me. You know, but as I'm quite open with it, I am autistic. Sometimes I just say what I think, and, you know, say it how it is. I don't mean to be rude or nasty or anything, you know, but it's just how it is. And it can get into a bit of trouble. But, you know, there's no emergency, and we go off on one as well. I've forgotten what the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, but keep it. So the mental side of things, yeah, going out. It's the physical side. So I mean, about half-hour drive up the road, I've got a place called Ashdown Forest. Tom, have a good day, Clive. I subbed. Way, Tom subbed. Thank you very much, Tom. Good lad. I'm sure you enjoy it. If you don't. But yeah, no, I've got Ashdown Forest. That's only up the road. Now that's a massive place. It used to be, as far as I'm aware, it used to be all MOD, and it was a training ground for the army. In which case, a lot of stuff down this end used to be a training ground for that. I think there are certain parts of it that are still MOD owned. There is a place there where the old Bill do their what do you call it? Tactical, yeah, in the houses that, because they got something over there. So you can't go near any of that. But the rest of it, you can do what you like in. And then down at Hartfield, you got the what do you call it? The old ex-railway that used to go from East Grinstead to Upfield. So you can walk 7 miles of track there. And a guy did turn around to say to me the other day, he goes, just get out and walk an hour a day. You see what happens. And I can well believe him, because when I first moved here, I was 18 stone, and I used to walk the kids up and down the hill to school. And when I was doing that, I think I lost a stone, you know, a stone and a half, I think it was. And that was in a very short space of time. It was about sort of like 3-4 months. But that's all I used to do. Just go out, come back, you know, make up tea, sit down, do some modelling, because I used to do modelling for Revel. I haven't had anything from them in a while now, but that's what I used to do. But at the same time, we were walking. You seem a cool guy. Can tell you got some awesome vibes. Mate, you don't know. Thank you very much, Tom. Very kind of you, sir. Very, very kind of you. You know what? Funny Tom should bring that up. Now, I get a lot of people come in the shop, and do you know what? I like being happy. And I think to myself, if I can make others happy, your day's going to go a lot better. It really is. I mean, Steve rang me the other day. He was going to bring him up last night, but he's probably busy doing his work because he works from home. Didn't get a chance to ring back. But the other day I called him and his missus on the phone. And, yeah, it's the... she was saying, she goes, oh, that laugh. She said, Christ, you know, it's the laugh. And it makes everyone laugh. If I make you laugh, all of you, all bleeding 2,500 of you, if I make you laugh for whatever reason, I'm happy with that. Because I like to see people enjoy themselves. And if you can enjoy yourself doing this, and at the same time, you know, you can learn something. Because, I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Bible on this. I love aeroplanes. I've worked with aeroplanes right up until my last retirement. Retirement? I haven't retired yet. Redundancy. That's it. Four times. Struggled with autism and getting jobs with confidence and stuff. So that's why I ended up becoming a carer of my daughter and staying at home doing a bit of work for Revel here and there. But this kind of thing, doing these things, I don't normally build models for commission. This one and a Harrier is the only other one. There was a guy who wanted a Jag, but that was it. But this is my enjoyment. I mean, I love, building these things. Yeah, I can build quick, but do you know what? It's not the be all and everything. That's why I don't bother showing build videos, because everybody knows how to build. Everybody's got their own way of building. The only thing I will say is if I'm going to build something and I come to a little junction where there's a set of traffic lights and you've got to get past them traffic lights, so you've got a little bit of a bum problem. Whether it involves a bit of sand, a bit of digging, a bit of rearranging, that's the only time I'll let you know in the build. As to like I did with the FX Sea King. So when you had the nose and the screen would join, I think there was something to do with the nose didn't butt in properly. And there was something there that I sanded down and showed you how to do it. That is about it with a build. What it normally ends up like is I build something, it ends up like this, and then it ends up finished, and then I'll show you and then I'll tell you. Or like I did with my big tornado that I was doing, it was the Italian one, another Italian tornado 32 scale. As I showed on there, sometimes how to do this. So all the streaking and stuff, that, because it's something where I found an easy way of doing things, and like the magician where he does the trick, and I'm the bloke that tells you how to do the trick, but in the modelling world, it's that kind of thing that I like doing, and then I'm not afraid to share it, and everybody that's been in the shop that's had something from me information wise. I've always had a positive feedback, which to me it makes me happy, because I think to myself, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about you lot modelling. You can make a model. I don't care whether you sell them for millions and you're a millionaire for it, and I've helped you. That's my aim, just to help you. I don't charge for tea, coffee and biscuits like a lot of them do. I charge you nothing. I only ask for a subby and a thumbs up if you like a bit. You don't even have to do that. You just as long as I've given you something and you can just sort of turn around, like the people, they come in and go, don't they? And just turn around and say, yeah, mate, that was a real decent help, blah, 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 blah. Tom, you just made me happy. Cheers for that. No worries, Tom. No worries. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're modelling. You're happy because you're doing the modelling. You're happy because you've now found out how to, maybe glue these fins on without making an almighty mess because of, whatever. And then a nice, easy, quick way of getting rid of the seam but not losing detail. All things like that, and then sharing with your new products like Mark Broadwith's AMRAMs. Now, I've got the 32 ones here, actually. I forgot. I mean, I'm going to do a proper video on them anyway, but because, yeah, which ones? Oh, so these ones, all right, let's have an old and a new. There is some decals coming out for these birds, but like I say, they'll be going in the video. So here's the first one that came out. Yeah, that's the first AMRAM, and here's the second one that came out. Difference being the rocket now has a vent and the fins are a bit sharper, and I think it's got slightly a bit more detail on it, but you can't see it here. It'll have to be in the video looking down, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. And that is it. And they go on that, like I say, that big tornado up there. So these are the finished ones. These are the perfect ones that are going to go on it. And I'm telling you now, I don't know what you pay for these because I have no idea. I just pay and run. But they're brilliant. top stuff. This is what came, and this 10 times better. It hasn't done a lot, but they say little change makes a big difference. Small things make a massive difference, and it's true. You know, they really do make a big difference. What we got here? Nice to see someone absolutely loving their hobby, mate. Thanks very much. Yeah, I don't know. I've done it for a long time, but I do get great satisfaction out of it. Keeps me calm, keeps me entertained. What more can you say? Tom's got to go. I've got you on notification now. Speak soon. Yeah, mate, there you go, Tom. Like I say, Happy New Year to you, bruv. And thanks for subbing. Thanks very much indeed, mate. Glad to have you on board. Glad to have everyone on board. But yeah, cheers a lot, buddy. Have a good day. Right. So anyway, getting back to it. So these are the, like I say, these are the. What else did he send me? Let's have a look. Oh no, that was it. Oh no, you did right. No, I'll put it all in the video. He did send me some other stuff. There wasn't much in there, but what there was, a bit of it I can't show anyway because it had to go back to be recorrected by a factory. So with the smaller stuff, do you know what this is what I end up doing, packets and packets of bits. I end up buying them because I've got 3 tornadoes. I've got Tony's one, and I've got 2 of my own. And I end up buying guns, flare pod, laser pod, antennas, lightning 2 pod, and then bloody seats all over the place. And in the end, I start thinking to myself, oh, so what was that for? And it's like, oh, mate, really? Forgetting about things. But it's all good. So it'll all get done. So this is a live, so this won't go down as a video as to what's what. But I'll show you this glider. It is at the bottom. So it's this one here, Special Hobby, 148. No, it's 172. It was 148, a bit bigger than that, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, it's a neat little thing. Just something different and quirky. Doesn't come with a stand. So there it is there. It's literally, look at that. Wafer thin. And then the wing sits on the top like this. And then it becomes like that. And then you've got to put said guide wires and stuff on it. So the wires from the wings probably use fishing line. But the wires from the rudder pedals up to the different cogs down to wherever the rudder and the elevator goes. I don't know. I was thinking of using some like fine cotton, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. See, what's some there? Foot pedals have come undone. Never mind. Something had to happen there, didn't it? I can go in there. The wings can go in there. Yeah, but it was just something different to your everyday plastic model kit. You know, although it is still a plastic model kit. It's not a Jag, it's not an F-15. You know, it's just a glider. And I thought, you know what, I'll make it. And then, yeah, there's springs in there. Yeah, it's always quite a decent little picture sort of thing. But, yeah, that can sit over there. And And then, what did I find the other day? I found this down here, didn't I? I forgot all about this. And it wasn't until I opened it. And then it was like, oh no. This stuff is great for, protecting things. So this was a bag. So you turn it inside out because all the baubles can go on the inside. Now, I don't know whether anybody else has had this particular problem, but I recently finished this, for a mug. Now, let me see if I can see on the shine where the glass is there. Can you see them dots? That's where that bloody stuff had played the part of an octopus and put little rings on there. And I thought to myself, oh, mate. So I've now got to try and polish them off of that. And because this is actually kind of a rare car. And quite like the Alfa Romeo. I've got another one there. It's a martini job. But I had to put this bit of tissue over the top like that. And now I've turned the bag inside out so I can put the bag over the top of that so it's like that. And and then it stays in its little said cardboard box. So that goes under there. Cool, it's still, it takes forever for the heat to drain out of this place. In summer, I have that door, or those two doors open, and that back door open out there. And although it is kind of a south-facing house, the wind never gushes through, really, unless it's in the wrong direction, and then it will blow through. And you see it, and you can literally, I think it was last year, I think we were all dying in it. It was actually better to go either out in the garden, sit out, or go out, than sit in here. And, so, I don't know what this summer's going to be like, but the winter at the moment's not bad. I don't mind the cold, but, right, I'm struggling now. Struggling to find things to do and talk about. A lot of people have gone now, so there's only 6 of you left. I don't know who you are, but there's only 6 of you left. So I've rambled on for a bit. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to... 82 minutes, Jesus Christ, I've been near enough of a full football game, isn't it? That's how long I've been on. Right, well, that's about it. I'm going to do some more videoing to do with said kits. Now, I was actually wondering whether to do... I say I never do build videos. Didn't know whether to do one with that Stuka because it's not got very many parts. So the Messerschmitt, the Airfix new Messerschmitt that I showed you earlier, that's got quite a few bits in there. It's quite detailed for a kit. It's, really, it's much better than that Stuka. But the Stuka at the same time is an amazing kit. The only thing I don't know is whether those... I remember when it first came out, someone said that the big guns that go under the wings, the magazines were on the same side. And I thought to myself, were they sided or were they not sided? I don't know. Hello, Alex Smith, models. How are you? Happy New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas and you're all safe and sound. And Will. Hello, mate. How are you? Didn't expect to see you on here. I thought you'd been... No, you've left college now, haven't you? I don't know. Another one of my club members. Happy New Year to you, Alex. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? Anyway, so that Stuka, I thought to myself, I mean, it is a big old bird, really big old bird. But it's a nice kit. And I'll tell you what, there's not... I've got another one. I have started it. But where we've moved 3 times to get to here, I've lost the box, and the box had the rest of the bits in. I was In typical. Do you know what? An awful lot of kits I've got to throw in the bin. So I got that one. That one was going cheap. And I got that one and a Tornado at the same time. That's what I was saying. It was the guns, weren't it? So I didn't know whether the guns were sided or whether they weren't sided. But either way, it's a good kit. So I didn't know whether to do that. The Leopard tank again was another one I didn't know. I've still got that massive motorbike by, well, they say it's D'Agostini, but it's not a D'Agostini model as such. It's made by someone else. I can't think whether it was Kosho or something, and you got to put it together. But D'Agostini distribute all the magazines and parts. So I've still got that one to finish off. Sounds a bit like Nigel's modelling bench, doesn't it? I've got this to do and that to do. we end up with 400 quid sat on the bloody, to be done shelf. But no, I haven't got that many. No, there's a few here, but there's not that many. And then, like I said, I had that Mustang earlier on in the video, the little 48 scale one. That's to do with this stuff. So there's a guy called Fred who's Models United, I think it is. Yeah, Models United. Who runs a shop up in Scotland. So he sells that stuff, and what he's actually said it's for is perfect at the moment for what it's for. So I wouldn't, from what I've gathered of my little attributes on that, and what I'm going to show on video to do with this varnish, I personally would never use an acrylic varnish to be my final varnish. I'd always use something like a lacquer varnish, something that has a grip on things. I'm not saying that this is rubbish, because this isn't, but it's just personal preference, I think, what it is. So it's up to the modeler what he thinks. But for what I use this for, it's on that Mustang, and like I say, I've got to do the video. So what I'm going to do is I've done one half of the Mustang in this already, and it looks pretty damn spot on. Then it's what I'm going to do with it, and then it's coming back and then it's coming back to this to then do the other side, and then show you how to kind of break it. Because I, believe it or not, bollocksed up when I put this on first time, because I've been used to doing lacquers. I'm running through the airbrush. Hello, Jamie. Oh, great Christmas, mate. I'll tell you, noisy with the kids. How are you, fella? Hope you had a good one. Happy New Year to you. Be good to see some of those helicopters. So if you ever feel like coming down the club, mate, don't be afraid. If you ever get time, bit of spare time, bring one down. Be very interested to have a look at what we're doing. Because, like earlier on in the video, I showed you, I just bought an RC car because my boy's got one for his birthday. And anyway, glad you piped up. So, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so the Mustang with the varnish, like I say, what I'm going to do is did and then what'll happen then is I'll put on the video, start to finish, using the stuff, putting the decals on, and then for the finish, I'm also going to have to leave it for a few days. So I'll show you how to do the deckling up to the deckling process, and then stop there. And then when it comes to it, because it'll all be even Stevens in, the two halves will be the same as at the moment. One side's been done with the varnish, the other side hasn't. I'll then go over it with a lacquer varnish, and and then we'll see how it turns out. It's probably going to be a right old shiny bird. It doesn't need to be, but you know what? It's just an experiment. It's not true to what it's supposed to be. So it's Christ Almighty, last one that George Preddy flew in all the colourful red and white gums and rudder hinges, and the big blue nose. So yeah, we'll see how that comes out. So that'll be that one. The other Mustang, that was a North Korean job. That was a club job. Don't really know what's going to happen with that yet. I've got to find the box. I've still got it because it was a twin. God, excuse me, it was a twin kit. And Yeah, and then the little bird, the Yuma Harrier, the Venom. Fun enough, Frank Frasetta's horsey, Death Dealer, didn't show much interest in it. But then I'm not a yeah, he's gothic, isn't he? Yeah, so it's like, you know, all that dark stuff. I mean, I watched, what's that bloody bloke, Witch Hunter or something, that Henry Cavill played, Witcher or something like that. Something like that. I used to watch that, but I'm not a well, look at his stupid face. I mean, it's not the face for them, you know, that kind of thing. And I watched Traitor on TV as well. If anybody else watches, that's quite good. But it's yeah. But anyway, so there's some of the models I've got coming up. Like I say, with the Stuka, I might actually do, you know, a kind of a buildy sort of thing. Yeah, James, bring the Ellie's brother. Got to have a look. I'm actually there. Before I carry on, Jamie, just for you, mate. There's some helicopters that RC Essentials had on Dom, and I was looking at them. There's a Hughes 500. Apparently got gyros in them. If you know anybody that's got one, and you can tell me about them, how good or bad they are, them things. I mean, because they're quite expensive. I think Dom was putting it on there, and they were like just touching sort of like 700 quid. So I might give it a while and see if any come out and the thing. But I'm really interested in getting something like that, just to go and fly out in the field. So yeah, it'd be good to catch up, mate. Be good to catch up. Anyway, take care, bud, wherever you do. And yeah, like so. Yeah, getting back to what I was talking about, modelling again. Sorry about that. Yeah. So the other one I've got there is an MH60. So it's a Strike Hawk, right? I started to build that on the channel, and then a guy asked me the question, and for love nor bloody money, I can't find that pigging fuselage. But the question was, how did I get the gap to seal with the Cockpit glass? And what I did was I got an elastic band, put it around the nose, and then took it right back and put it around behind where the tail joins to the fuselage, where the hinge bit is. And I wrapped it around there, and there was enough pull on it to pull the nose and then quickly cement the glass while it was on there. So I did that, and yeah, that was pretty good going. It did the trick. It works. It doesn't look stupid. Doesn't look bent, out of shape. Nothing. It was bloody perfect. So yeah, because the other thing as well is with that Tornado F3, that had, when you looked at it, it looked like it was like a banana. But when you stuck a straight edge on it, it was straight. And it's like, yeah, optical illusions with things. So I know the guy's probably not watching this live now, but it was a case of putting an elastic band on the front and stretching it right over to the rear, and that was what held the nose on. Like I said, it was one of the keyhole kits. So yeah. Right, I've just realised what the time is. It's 25 to 3, just gone. So I've got 20 minutes to get down at school and pick the rascals up and bring them back here, and then, ooh, hell is going to break loose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see it now. And, yeah, the missus is out walking 2 dogs for her friend. Should have gone with her, really. Well, no, I can't. But no, she does a bit of cleaning for her mate. And then her mate turned around and said to her, oh, by the way, my dog walker, she's taking too many dogs out and I don't like my dogs mixing. Coming back with a few nasties like nits and fleas or something, I don't know, wherever she takes them. So she asked me Mrs. whether she could take the dogs out one day a week. So today's the day. So Friday, I get an extra long piece of peace and quiet. And all there is me and me daughter Enid here. And yeah, but yeah, that's the one that's home talk.
You do know that Pippa is here. She's not woken up.
Oh yeah, the eldest is here as well. I've just been reminded. But then she's got an operation. Was it next month?
I don't know. Mum said that she has to tidy the room and she hasn't. Still fast asleep. And you're supposed to take that Christmas tree down.
And there you go. It was mentioning Christmas decorations. Yeah. There's a Christmas tree upstairs. Forgot about that one. Well, just down to them to take it down. That's their room. They can do that. But anyway, right. I'm going to have to go. So I'm going to go make a cup of tea. It was nice to, have 13 of you on here. There's 7 on here now. 7 thumbs up. You lot have a really nice evening. That's Enid, my second eldest daughter. Crazy as she is. Yeah, have a really lovely day. Have a great evening. And try not to worry too much about what's going on in the world. I'm sure that something or someone will sort it out and we'll all be safe and give these monkeys a chance to grow up and make the world a better place, really. So, Dave, thanks very much, mate. All the best here. I will be back on here again soon. I don't advertise my lives. I'll just get on and do it. So, yeah, there's no... I don't know. Like the Scarlet Pimpernel. Alex, cheers. Have a good one, mate. Right, I shall see you all again soon. In the meantime, I've now got to figure out how to bloody hell to turn this thing off. I think it's the cross there, isn't it? Right. Yeah. Bye-bye, all. You lovely people. Thanks very much for being with me today for the last 96 minutes. There's a whole football match with that Clive. At Clive's morning match. If I don't see you before, I'll see you at the fair on the 21st of February. I will be there in East Anglia, in Ipswich. If not, I will be wherever, on YouTube. I'll sort out another video. And that's my daughter sticking her fingers up above my head, chicken little monkey. Right, see you again all. Han, lovely. See you again, mate. And, yeah, take care, everyone. Will, Jamie, Alex, Han, Mark, Tom. Tom's already gone. Mary, everybody. Happy New Year. See you later, people. Ta-da.